Hello dear students, welcome to Social Science class. Today, let us start Economics Chapter 1, Introduction to Economics. In this lesson, you have to learn about the meaning of economics and basic concept of economics, the importance of studying economics, and economic activities through narrating the basic economic problems and the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. Now, let us start the lesson. Meaning and importance of the economics. See children, we use various things in our daily life and these things are known as goods and services. Goods are the physical and tangible objects like food, clothes, book, bicycle, phone, etc. Tangible means the good which is visible for us and we can touch and feel that one. That is tangible objects, and in our daily life we are using different type of tangible objects like food, clothes, phone, etc. And in other hand, services means which is invisible or not touchable, like intangible things that also we are using in daily life. And the common services like electricity, transportation, education, medical care, tailoring, music, mobile and internet services. These all are intangible services. While the people using goods and services are called as consumers. Who is using these things, goods and services, they are known as the consumers. And the people engaged in the production of the goods and services, they are called as producers. And these goods and services are made available to us, to our place, through transport, traders and shopkeepers. They are known as distributors. Now understood now? Producers and distributors. Producers means and the production of the goods and services, that is they are known as producers, and the goods and services are made available to us, they are known as distributors. Now we buy the required goods and services by paying the or giving the prices. See, if you are buying anything from the shop, what you have to give? You have to give the money or price you have to give to them. It is the value of the goods. Whatever money we are giving, whatever price we are giving, that is the value of that goods and services. And this value we are giving in the terms of the money. Is it? This means that to be able to buy different goods and services required by us in our daily life, we need money. Without money, we cannot We cannot access the goods and services in our daily life. So we need to make money. Now how do we get money? We are engaged in work or we are employed. If we are working, we are getting the money as the wages, is it? And by virtue of the employment, we get income. And when we are working, we are getting the income, that is in the form of the money. And the income we spent becomes the income of producers and distributors. With that money we are buying things, and this money whatever we are giving to the producers and the distributors, that is their income. And there is also the government which is responsible for maintaining law and order. And providing some common basic facilities like good roads, electricity, internal and external security, and the government imposes tax for the goods and services it provides. And whatever goods and services we are getting, we are paying the tax for that one, and this tax is the income of the government. And with that income, the government is giving basic facilities like road, electricity, internal and external security. And therefore a normal day is characterized by interaction among the producers, distributors, consumers and the government. So our daily life is connected with the producers, distributors, consumers and the government. And economics may be described as the study of these economic activities of individual. And here how each of them earn income and how they spend forms of the core of the economic activities. And economics may be described as the study of these economic activities of the individual or a science that deals with the production, distribution and use of goods and services. In this way we can say economics is a study of the economic activities of the individual or the science that deals with the production, distribution and use of goods and services. Now let us see the word economics, how the word economics came. The word economics comes from the Greek word oikos meaning household and nomos meaning management. And this economics refers to the art of household management that involves using the available means to satisfy the basic needs of the family. According to them, they are saying that it's a study about the household management, how the available using the available things and satisfying the basic needs of the family as well as to prosper. Next one is the importance of the study of economics. The study of economics is very important for the individual as well as the society. So, first one is recognize the scarcity of resources against the unlimited ones. And we have to understand the scarcity of resources and prioritizing the use of the resources and identify more important and less important. And in this way we can understand which one is more important for our life and which one is less important. And economic say on the use of the resources and search for more efficient ways of using the resources and engage in economic activity to support family as well as the country. How we have to engage in the economic activity to support the family and the country and contribute to the government revenue and assist it as discharge of its developmental and welfare programs. How the government, whatever we are contributing to, how the government is utilizing for the welfare programs. Understand the socio-economic problems of the country like poverty, unemployment, inflation, etc. and try to provide solution to the same. And suggest better policies and better ways of implementing policies for bringing about desired growth and development of the country. And these are the importance of the studying of economics. Now let us see the economic activities. Most of the goods and services that we use every day are limited in supply, so they are not available free of cost. So these goods and services are called as economic goods and services. And we use our skills and labor to earn money and satisfy our wants by using that money. See, whatever things we need, that satisfaction we are making through the money. How we are getting that money? We are using our skills and labor to earn money because we are employing. We are doing work and we are getting money through that and we are satisfying our wants. And the varied activities, different activities which perform in order to earn money and wealth for the satisfaction of the wants are called as economic activities. Whatever work we are performing in order to and whatever activities we are performing to get the money or wealth or satisfied our wants, these are known as economic activities. And these activities can be classified into 4: production, consumption, exchange, distribution. First is see production. Production activities are those that produce goods and services like agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, etc. That is production. And consumption means goods and services are produced for consumption or satisfy the wants by buying goods and services. All these activities are known as consumption of activities. And exchange means the producers produce goods for the consumers. There is a marketing system to supply these produced goods and consumers. In this system, activates for collection of goods and transportation, selling and buying is taking place. That is known as exchange. And distribution means the income that earned through the production of goods has to be distributed to the various factors of production like land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship or organization that have been enable the production. This process involves activities undertaking the determination the price of the factors of production, and steps have been taken to ensure this income earned is distributed among all factors in a just manner, and whatever amount they are getting through this income, whatever they are getting through the production, it is distributing to everybody like land, capital, labors, etc. That is known as distribution. Sometimes many activities which are not economic in nature become economic activities. For example, when a teacher gives free tuition at home to the students is not an economic activity. When the same teacher charges fees for giving tuition, it is known as economic activity. See, example, free of cost, if we are giving tuition, if we are teaching any student, and that is not an economic activity because she is not getting any, or he or she is not getting any wages for that. Economy she is not getting, so that is not an economic activity. If otherwise, if we are charging fees, or okay, we are charging for the tuition, the teachers are getting money, then that is known as economic activity. Next one is micro and macroeconomics. And economics is a vast subject, so therefore in order to study the economics is a very vast subject. So, in order to study the different activities, it is divided. The economics is divided into two broad branches, that is known as micro and macroeconomics. Now, let us see microeconomics. The word micro means very small, and microeconomics implies the study of economics at a very small level. Very small level we are studying, no? That is known as microeconomics. Micro means very small. Microeconomics is the study of the decision making or to use resources by the smallest components of the society, namely individual, households and business firm. We are studying about the microeconomics, we are studying about small unit like a particular individual or household or a business, particular business firm we are studying. That is known as microeconomics. Example, like you have to buy various goods and services to satisfy your wants. Which ones still satisfy you? How much prices are you willing to pay? And how many hours of work are you ready to work? And where to work? Etc. are some of the decisions to made. And the individual consumer makes this decision to achieving the maximum satisfaction from consumption. And another example is that a production or a business unit is called as a firm, and that produces goods and services will have decided about the quantity of the producers and the prices at which goods or service is sold. About like this we are learning, individually, very small unit we are studying about. We are studying the economic activity of particular individual or a business unit, or like this is known as about some small market, and we are studying how much they are buying, how much they are selling, how much they are getting the money, and this one small unit we are studying, that is known as microeconomic. Example, the prices determined by the interaction by buyers and the sellers in a market, how they interact and on what basis they decide to mutually acceptable prices is also the subject matter to the microeconomics. Next one is macroeconomics. The word macro means total or large. Here micro and macro. Micro means small unit we are studying about the economic activities of the small unit is micro. Macro means that is a total or large. The society or the country or the economy is very large entity compared to the individual. If you are comparing to individual economy and we are comparing to the society of or the country's economy, and according, if you are comparing that the economy of the country is very large than the individual. Some decision have to taken at such aggregative level. The economic decision taken at the level of economy as a whole are the subject matter of macroeconomics. Whole are the subject matter. Whole economy, about a country's economy, about the national income. Like this we are studying whole economy of a country, whole economy of a society. That is known as macroeconomy. The economic decisions like a collection of tax. In this we are learning about taxes, expenditure of public amenities, welfare activities, regulation or inflation, promotion of economic growth. These are we are studying in the macroeconomics. And microeconomics studies individual buying and selling. Okay, I'll say that is microeconomics is studying, in that we are studying about individual buying and selling. As a buyer, the expenditure by an individual consumes, it is consumption expenditure. Like that we are studying in the microeconomics. But in the macroeconomics, we are studying about the consumption expenditure of the whole society, and studying about the income of the country or national income, and these are included in the macroeconomics. Now let us see the basic economic problems. The problems of economics rise due to the scarcity of resources, which force us to make suitable choice. This is both at a micro and a macro level, and both the level we have to study that one. In this context, economics tries to provide answers to the following questions: what to produce, and what are the basic problems of the economics. That is, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. These are the basic problems of the economics. First one is what to produce. An individual or a society has to decide about what goods and services they have to produce, whether they produced more of food or weapon or agricultural industrial goods, education or health, consumer goods or machineries, and they have to choose that one. This type of quantity of various goods and goods produced depend upon the resources availability on that one hand and the requirement of the people on other hand, and they have the choice. They have to choose what to produce, and according to the resources of that country or according to the requirement of the people of that country, according to that they have to produce. And how to produce? There are different ways to produce the given goods. Like different combination of inputs and resources can be used to produce a given amount of a service, and this is called as technology of production. Whether to use technology that uses more labor or capital means money, is to be decided by the society. That society has to decide how to produce that one, and this is essential to minimize the cost of production and efficient use of existing resources. For whom to produce? Who will get the goods so produced and in what quantities? And this is the problem of issue of distribution, such that each person should get at least a minimum quantity of goods and services for consumption. Each and at least minimum quantity of goods and services each and every person should get. For example, it may be availability of good basic education or primary health. Every society has to decide the distribution of scarce resources and goods and service among all the individuals. And thus the study of economics help us to understand the current use of resources and plan for their more efficient use in the future. And the economists usually advise the government on these matters. Always the government will be advising the economist. As a result, the well-being of the individual and the country can be improved. In this way only we can improve our economy of our country. And with this, I'm going to conclude this lesson. Next class I'll send you notes. Thank you, students.